Today I am really lucky because I have Shay Critchon. Am I saying your last name right?
I'm sorry. Let's just go with Shailene Gladue.
Oh.
My Facebook name is Kreich. That's like my husband's name, but that's just it's not legal, and all my art stuff is Gladue. So we'll go with that.
Okay, so I guess you can introduce yourself. You're Shailene Gladue. Oh, okay, should have asked that first, but I did not because
That's okay.
Facebook. My name is actually Kyla Marie. So everyone thinks Marie's my last name. No, that's actually my middle name because I used to waitress and people were creeps. So I did put my middle name in there.
Okay.
So
I understand.
I should have asked. I shouldn't have just assumed that was your. But you go by Shay, don't you? Like when you introduce yourself.
I find that more and more as I get older. So when I was younger, I was like, I hate my name. Shailene is like, because I'd meet other people and they were named Shay, and then their name would be like Shailene, or it'd be really, and I'm like, that's so pretty and girly, and I never knew any Shailenes, and so I felt like because it was different, that like I don't know, so I was always like Shay is like way cuter. And as I've gotten older, I'm like, Shailene is actually a really pretty name.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I'm like, really? I think Shailene's gorgeous. It's a beautiful name. But I know when you're younger, you're just. And you know what, guys? We don't have to focus on it too much. I know when she said that, like when I was younger, you're probably thinking, was that like 6 years ago? But it's not. Because I was very shocked to find out that she is married with 2 children. 2. And married. So yes, it wasn't 6 years ago. It was more than 6 years ago. So just so you know, I just want you guys to know that when she told me this stuff, I was like, how old are you?
So
legit, like how old were you? Anyway, I don't know if she wants to tell you, but she did tell me and I was shocked. So that was the first shocking surprise of when I met her.
I'm 32.
So
I will actually, my birthday's coming up on January 30th.
Okay.
And I'm turning 33.
Do you have any big plans?
I'll have all of the kids. So with my kids, I also have 2 stepkids. So I got 4 total. And so I'm hoping just for a really fun weekend with all the kids because we'll have all of them.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I actually love that. No, because most people are like, I'm on an East Village pub, or like I'm planning this big thing. And she's just like, well, or Shailene is just like, well, I was having a nice family weekend and I can't wait. So I actually really love that.
So I usually am a bit of a homebody.
Okay.
But now I find, now that I'm trying to get more involved with arts and getting out there and music and all of those things that I love to spend my time doing, I leave the house a little bit more, and I really appreciate my home time. I love being at home.
Oh, okay. So
plus, like, we pay so much to live in our homes. Let's just stay home.
Actually, she's not wrong. Put
Like,
your hands if you agree. Yes.
I need to go out to eat. I need to get groceries.
Groceries that cost me a ton of money, so I will
go to a bar. They have got a table and chairs. We have table and chairs at home.
Also very fair. These are very, very fair points. So I will not take them away from her because she is not wrong.
Plus, my husband is a musician. So my husband Cameron is a musician. So that being said, even like live music, I'm like, we got that at home.
Cameron Critch. We should have covered him because that name sounds really familiar.
He is the frontman for When April Met July.
Yes.
And Cameron, he does quite a bit with that. He's really a musical person. So
does he have a beard?
Where you've seen it? Yes, he does have a beard.
Okay, we're not gonna make this about him, but I should have asked you his name before. But I'm like, now it's gonna bother me the whole time that you're sitting here. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this person before, or maybe seen him about. I don't know, but now, okay. Anyway, okay, we don't want to make it about Cameron, sorry. This is about you.
Okay, I'm talking about my husband.
But I'm literally like, okay, all right. Anyway, Cameron, if you're watching this, I probably am not going to lie to you either in the least creepiest way that I can say this, probably if you do have Facebook, I will be creeping you later just to kind of pinpoint what it is. So then I'll message her and let her know because I'm like, Cameron Critch, okay, yes. We got a little off track there. So recently you have been doing a lot in the community.
I have.
So let's talk a little bit about that because she is my Facebook friend, so I have been watching. And you've been like doing so much. You're super busy.
Yes.
Okay.
So it all started a year ago. We'll say it's where it started. So after a lifetime of writing and practicing art and doing all sorts of things, last year I gained enough confidence to submit to the regional library's Words in Motion competition.
Oh, I actually didn't know that. Okay, fun fact. Okay.
Yeah. So a year ago, I was brave and I submitted something, and it was, when I wrote it, I was like, this is probably the best thing I've ever written, and I felt really good about it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. But you had like, no, I love that because I submitted and I didn't know, but you were like so confident. You're like, yeah, this is great.
I felt good, and I was like, you know what? I threw it out there into the world, and just as we're talking about Words in Motion, again, it happens. It's yearly, so the deadline for this year is February 20th. And if you write poems, submit something. But I ended up winning. I'll probably enter something.
But still enter it this year. Don't let this discourage you. Still.
But last year I won.
Okay.
So I ended up winning first place overall, which was crazy to me because I only submitted the one poem, and I couldn't believe it. And when I went to the ceremony, they were saying how many people entered, and they received like hundreds of entries. And when they were saying this, I started like tearing up immediately because I was like, my poem, really? Like, and you can go visit my poem at the library. It's mounted on their wall.
We'll be doing that this weekend. Okay, yes.
And so they publish it, and so it started with that. And then as soon as I did that, I started gaining more confidence because they were really impressed with how I can do presentations with my public speaking. And so I started submitting. I submitted to Northward magazine, which is a literary magazine. I brought a copy for you.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's a local literary magazine. So that literary magazine is just a way to get new artists to get their work published. When you submit, it's completely anonymous, and that's the way that these things work. So same with Words in Motion. It's anonymous when you submit.
Oh, okay.
So it's just based on your work alone.
Oh.
Yeah. So with Northward magazine, they pick a theme, and then you have to write to that theme, and then you submit. So right now there's submissions are open for the theme of nonsense, which is cool. And then they have a guest editor that picks the theme, and then they go through all of these things that have been written, and they pick whatever one connects to that person specifically. Yeah.
Oh, so that's fun.
It's very cool. It's very fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I submitted to that one, and then I was able to get some more work published. And that one was, the theme of that one was catharsis. Okay. Which is like a feeling of release.
Okay.
Really.
Okay, fun. Well, not fun, but that's a reliever. That's very
and a lot of the time it can be like painful, or it can be like angry, or getting something out of it.
And me saying it's fun and listening to these words. Okay, yeah. All right. Good job, Kyla.
So where it all kind of started. So I started just getting kind of some momentum. And as I started meeting new people, I met the poet Jamal Rafat Fatima. She has multiple books out, and she's really cool. I love her. And she's always been really supportive. When I met her, she was so great to talk to. And then she actually ended up being one of the judges for Words in Motion. That's how we kind of started getting connected.
Is she from Fort McMurray? Sorry to interrupt. But
I can't remember exactly where she's from, but she lives here.
That's what she does full time?
I'm not entirely sure. That's the way I see her making visible things with poetry.
Okay, so okay. Carry on.
She has that. She's very cool.
Okay.
Love her. And her poems are really powerful.
Okay.
And what I found was the more that I started attending art events and getting really involved with the arts, the more I would find these opportunities. So I submitted for Words and Birds, which was a fundraiser event for the Arts Council. And she ended up choosing my poetry. She really enjoyed what I had written, and myself and his name's Julius. He actually won the Buffy this year for literary arts, but him and I were both chosen as the only speakers at the event for the fundraiser. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was really happy because they printed off my poems, and then they were put as part of the fundraiser, and my poems sold. So I was like, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That actually is super exciting.
So my poems were all purchased. And I was very happy about that because that's hard. I mean,
yeah,
you know, what is like art and poetry? It's also like varies from person to person.
No, and that's yes.
And I was just happy that someone connected to it so much that they wanted to buy it and have it in their home.
That's so flattering too. Like it's so touching. I love the story.
Yeah, and so yeah, things just kind of keep happening more and more. So what I've been doing recently was kind of my dream. So when I was a little girl, I always wanted to do this, and that would be to go talk at schools.
Yes.
So I remember we'd had motivational speakers that would come in, and then they'd have this big thing, and I was like, I feel motivated like to do that.
Yeah.
So I was really fortunate because the library actually organized a tour for me because I was the winner last year, and I'm thinking it must have been a pretty big deal because they haven't done this before.
Yeah, I say so. Yeah.
Yep. So
I would take it like that. Yeah.
So the organizer was based for the rural areas.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're the team that gets like the library out to like the reserves and Indigenous communities. Yes. So they had it set up because they felt that I could share like with the poem especially that I had written. It was called Dry Meat, and I used Cree words in it.
Nice.
Yep, and a lot of what I write is about the Indigenous experience and Indigenous worldviews and how I kind of go through life with all of just being myself. And so they organized this tour. So I've been to so far, I have Anzac coming up next month, but I went to Fort McKay and Conklin and Janvier, and they flew me out to Fort Chip, and I got to go and I got to present to all of these schools.
So how's Fort Chip? I've never been there. I just hear really great things about it. So
it was beautiful. They flew me on a little plane. That was neat. That was cool.
I'm a celebrity.
I took my private jet. Exactly. I took my private jet to Fort Chip. And it was a great school. Yeah. What really shocked me the most, though, was the Fort McKay school. So the Fort McKay school is not like a publicly funded school. It is funded by the band.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So their school actually is, you walk in and it has everything that an Indigenous community would want in a school.
Really?
Yeah, they have like a smudge room, and it's a beautiful smudge room. All the meals are provided, and they're very healthy, like salads and like beautiful food. And
really?
Yeah, and it was brand new, beautiful school. I was like, this is incredible, and everything you walk in, and it's like they have like Métis dot art all around. It's just a gorgeous school.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But if it's not publicly funded, what well, I don't know if you know this, but what curriculum do they go by?
Oh, they follow the curriculum, right? They follow that, but they all take Cree and Dene at the school as well.
That's actually really good. That's actually really good.
So you look around and everything will have English and then Cree and then Dene.
I actually really like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I was really surprised by that school. I was like, that is great. Like,
yeah,
I wish I could go here.
So what grades does it do?
All the way up to high school. So from kindergarten to, they have the option to go into town for high school, but they still have the option to stay.
So does anybody, well, I don't know if you can answer this either, because this is maybe like outside your, but do people from like that live in town who are Indigenous, do they go to that school too, do you know, or is it just for Fort
You know
McKay
what?
residents?
I can't say for sure. I don't know.
Because that
But
would be such an amazing opportunity for anyone who's Indigenous to be able to go to a school like that.
I completely agree. Yeah, and I'd say it's probably worth the trip.
Yeah, because I don't think, well, I don't, I only know so much about the schools in Fort McMurray, so I'm not knocking any of them, of course, but I don't think there's any schools in Fort McMurray that offer that. Um,
No, they do something called land-based learning as well, where I was there in Fort McKay and like literally they had a like dog sleds going by.
Stop
Where,
this.
yeah, where they were learning about dog sledding and they have teepees where they're smoking meats and the teepees for
Stop it.
yeah. And they all get to go outside and learn about the land and learn the way that Indigenous teachings would be. And I'm like, that's incredible.
That's like actually amazing.
It was very amazing, and
Yes.
and ultimately, with Indigenous people, we are hopeful. I mean, so that there's a revitalization of culture that we can learn,
Yes.
and then we can pass it on.
Yes.
And that's how we learn.
Yes.
At the heart of it is we go to these places and we, meet people and speak with elders and do everything.
Yes.
Everything to get that.
That's actually really awesome because it would help, like you said, like the culture. That's like what keeps it alive is doing stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So like are members of the community like involved with the school too, like with the like who does the smoking of the meat and like the dog sleds? Is that people that live in Fort McKay or?
Yeah, like they have teachers there that understand all of that. Actually, the vice principal of the Fort McKay school was my Indigenous studies teacher in high school. So it was
Fort
like
McMurray.
yeah, so it was like happy little reunion.
Oh, and they're there now.
Yes, and yes.
What an amazing opportunity for them though too.
So I agree. So it looks like they find the right people for the jobs to get that done.
I really like that too because again, not knocking anybody, but I do have my bachelor of arts in psychology, so I've dabbled in a few different like areas that pertain to that. And sometimes, like I look at the people that are working there, it's like, how did you get this job? Because I don't. But I'm like not the person that hires, and I can't make that judgment. But I'm like, I don't really understand. This is not clicking with me, but that's not my choice. So I'm glad that they're doing that for the school, that they're like finding people who are very understanding of it, and like that's just more encouraging for the kids too. And obviously they want to be there and like help the kids out too. So
yeah,
that makes a difference. Wow.
Yeah. So it's so the schools, that's been amazing.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that I'm connecting to these kids and getting at least a couple kids excited about poetry.
I would think anything.
So, yes.
What about how was Conklin and Jonvier?
Oh, they were good. So I actually have a lot of family out in Conklin.
Okay.
So I probably saw I definitely saw some of my relatives there. But they're very small schools still. So Jonvier was pretty decent crowd. I got to go in and there was like a gymnasium full of kids, which I was like, hey, this is awesome, big crowd. And Conklin, I only had a few kids, but they were really engaged. Like they were into it.
Okay. Well, that's good though.
Yeah. Like
they're in class and there's a guest speaker. Yes, we're not in class right now. We're doing this. We want to learn from you.
And I think it's so funny because when you're presenting to kids, you have to. I'm like, okay, so I'm telling a story, and I tell a couple stories because that's really the heart of Indigenous teaching. A lot of it is storytelling, and it is all very oral. It is just in that way because that's how it is. Indigenous languages are what you would call a living language.
Yes.
So each word sort of has its own story and background. And most languages do, like even though we're speaking English, each word, of course, has its own depth and meaning. So storytelling is very important. That's my point.
Well, that was like, so I actually think I saw some pictures on Facebook about Fort McKay. I do mention this in my podcast too. Like I try not to get like too much off their social media because I like to have, and I did tell her this, like to have a genuine reaction to it, but I did not know that you were in Conklin. And how do you pronounce it? Because I've always said Jonvier.
I believe Jonvier is the way you say the last name, but the way that I noticed everyone was pronouncing the place was Janvier with a hard R.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't want to slaughter it, but I did not know that you were from Conklin and that.
But I'm not from there, so I can't like speak for a group.
I think you might know better than me, so I will leave that with you. But I also did not know that you went to those two schools, so that's awesome. And I did not know, well, because it hasn't been on Facebook yet, that you're going to Anzac next.
Yes, so next month I'll be in Anzac again.
Anzac I have been to. I actually I don't want to sound like a weirdo, but sometimes I'll go for like a Sunday drive to Anzac because
that's good.
Well, no, because it's so beautiful out there, and it's like
it is.
I don't want to say like I like Fort McMurray, so I'm not bad mouthing Fort McMurray, but I like driving. No, because it's like
the whole area
almost like not
beautiful
in Fort McMurray when I'm out there. It's like I'm actually in an actual place.
Yeah.
Because I used to live in Ontario, and like in the fall, like you just go for drives down the back roads. It's so beautiful. So usually in the fall, y'all do some Sunday drives to Anzac just because it's got like the forest there and all the trees.
Of course, no, I get it.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
I've been to Ontario in the fall, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, so like driving to Anzac actually like just kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, in the fall I do like to take a drive out there and just be like, okay, this seems like it's just a nice, relaxing time, and it gives me a little driving time just to kind of concentrate my thoughts. So yeah, Anzac's really beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to go and see what that school's like, because I went to school in downtown Fort McMurray.
Oh,
so these visits to all these schools is my first time being there. Yeah.
So do you hope that like I know that you like would want to focus a lot on the Indigenous community, but would you be open to going to schools around Fort McMurray?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, for sure. I think that there's always, everyone has their own story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah, you do. Yes. We don't have to get into it, but yeah, she does. Ask her at the time her and her husband were writing love letters to each other. The story behind that. Anyway, and when I say that, guys, I mean like yes, the 1800s, penning letters and mailing them in the mail.
This is funny. This is actually very funny. I didn't tell this to you because it's so funny. During the time we were writing letters to each other, I had actually, my hair used to be longer. You can't tell it's up, but it's actually very long. And I'd cut my hair.
Oh no!
And I sent him like a big piece of my hair. Like I cut off probably 8 inches of my hair, and I sent it to him. And that's just how dramatic we are.
like a babe. Writing a poem there, like the locks of
writing
my
a
hair.
Poem, yes, exactly. So we're very, very we're artists.
Yeah. But yeah, she does have a really great story to tell. So I feel like, but would you also like, I know we're kind of focusing on schools, but obviously that's the opportunity that you were given, but would you also be opening to like telling your stories in other like places around the community?
Oh,
like,
of course, yes. And that being said, as far as storytelling and poetry, I also do music.
Actually, she didn't mention that before. Okay.
I do everything, and it's like a compulsive thing. Yes. And actually, me and my husband have our own music project. It's called To Catch a Hare, and so we're just kind of like
she cut her locks. She's trying to get her hair back.
It all works out. It all comes full circle.
Okay, but I do like that. That's awesome because you did mention that your husband's very musically inclined.
Yes, so we have our own music, and we actually have a show coming up on January 24th. So depending when this goes online, yeah, January 24th. You may have missed it.
Where is it?
The 24th. It'll be at Tavern on Main.
Oh no, I want to get this out before the 24th because I want it ready to go.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's just the two of you?
It's the two of us, and we're the guests of our friends who are headlining are Felt Like Velvet, and it's kind of their debut, and they have this incredible like groovy psychedelic kind of sound, but they also do these fun covers. And my friend Jess, she has this like really haunting voice, and it's very different, very cool, and yeah, felt like velvet. So check them out, and we're kind of playing a set.
The 24th is this weekend.
This Saturday, yeah.
You have to get it out tomorrow then. I don't mind moving things around, so yeah, I'll definitely get it out tomorrow because I dropped them on Wednesday and I'm off now, so I'll edit this up and do it tomorrow, and I'll definitely advertise for you because that's actually really cool.
Oh, thank you so much.
I really I love that, and that's so husband and wife. That's so awesome.
Yes, we try.
She'll have all her hair intact. Don't worry.
Yes. It's like, and then the special. We're shave like, my head.
But also, again, I could cut this out too if you want, but you did mention that your husband is Caucasian. Mm-hmm. He's very supportive of all that you're doing and that he tries to learn. He Boys, take notes again, as I often say this when people are married to great guys. Take note of this. He is taking the time to learn about her culture. So also, ladies, if her husband can take the time, you don't have to date that Dusty anymore.
Exactly. He's taken courses. He's learned quite a bit.
And he was writing her love letters at one point, so he can text you back.
He was. They're like, oh my gosh.
What? So yes, if he was penning letters, the guy can text you back. Let me tell you that.
We're ridiculous.
I would not say that.
I think, I mean, it's ridiculous sounding, only because in the past I was like, oh, whatever, feelings, like things you have to go really slow, you have to move slow. And usually I'm like, yeah, move slow. But I swear within like the first day we were like, I love you. Just meant to be. Just very intense people, I think. And then we just found each other.
Well, you're artsy.
That was it.
That's why. They're artsy, so that's why. So just, it's fine. No judgment here. Whatever makes you happy, you do it.
You know, I don't think I've ever done that before, though. So, you know, and it worked out because we got married.
And now you're married. Mm-hmm. So, again, everybody lived their best life. So I'm not like necessarily telling you to follow on her path. And when you meet someone, because a guy, if they're not with it, they might think you're crazy. But I mean, if that's the way it goes, that's the way it goes. And they're still married, and now they're going to go sing music together this weekend. So I mean, what more could you ask for?
And he's great. I mean, it could have been love bombing, but like it wasn't. It could have been a red flag, but it wasn't. It worked out. So
I'm just going to go for this and see what happens.
Exactly. I'm like, I guess we love each other. No, it's so silly. I think we moved in after like 4 months of being together, and just full-fledged.
That's like not unreasonable. I've heard of people after 6 months, so that's like not that far away from 6 months. It's like basically 6 months.
When you know all of
Plus you're things. Older. There was one time one of my friends, I don't know if he'll watch this or not, but he ended up dating this girl that he had known before in his past. I don't want to tell the story because I don't want to tell it wrong, but I do know that he started dating this girl that she was somewhere in his past. I don't know what the past was. And they weren't together very long, and he proposed. And I told my mom, like, you know what? They're older. They know what they want. They don't want to waste time. So, I mean, even though I thought you were 21 years old, you didn't want to waste time. You were older. So, and Cameron probably the same thing. Like, he's older and he was looking for, and he's like, this is it. This is my muse. This is my babe.
So we went into it really quickly.
Well, and look at you now. And how long have you been together?
3 years. Yeah, we just actually... we celebrated our 1 year like wedding anniversary on December 30th.
Oh, so I mean, you waited 2 years before you got married. That's very normal.
Yeah, I think I was like right in. I think that's where you want to be. I'm like, if it's past 2 years, I'm like,
what's the point? Yeah, okay, no, I get it.
You know, I'm like, I was like, I didn't want to rush things.
No, that's fair.
But I think that when two people have a common goal on what they want,
yes,
they should move forward with that goal.
Yes. And obviously you both want to get married.
Yeah. And I make this joke. My dad made this joke in the speech at my wedding. Oh. I was actually engaged twice before. This is my third time I was engaged.
Whatever.
But they were like fairly long engagements without getting married.
Like how long are we talking? You don't have to divulge, but
I think like 4 years.
You were engaged to someone 4 years?
Yeah. and nothing happened.
No wonder you're moving so fast with Cameron.
I'm like, I gotta jump on that.
We gotta get this on the go, because 4 years is a long time to be engaged. Did you guys like ever, when you were engaged? We don't have to talk about it at length, but when you're engaged to these other fellows, were you like planning a wedding, or was it just like, oh, it's gonna happen when it happens?
I think I would, you know, funny you say that. I would try to actively plan, and then something would happen.
Red flag.
And it'd be like, oh, I guess it's not happening now. Like,
red flag.
And that's it. So, you know, I was like, that was the universe. That was the universe telling me it wasn't right.
Well, I will never say anything bad about anybody and talk ill, but I think what I do know and where you are now, I think it was for the best.
I think so too. I think so too. I'm very happy. And this is probably the most like secure I've ever felt in a relationship. I feel supported. And now, I mean, ladies, we don't need a man to support us. We don't need a man to buy property. We don't need all of those. We don't need that. So what we want is someone who gets us, someone who's supportive, someone who's emotionally intelligent.
Yes. No, you know what? You're so right.
Oh my God.
So I was
no longer illegal to get divorced, okay?
No, because I was talking to someone the other day. It was like more in a joking, like, okay, yeah, I'm old, but I flirt. So anyway, I was like flirting with this guy, and what did he say to me? Like, he had a good job, or like, I have a good job, and he told me he could buy me something. I was like, whoa. I was like, I also have a good job, and I can pay my own way. And he was just kind of like, oh, like, what do you mean, or whatever. Like, that's not what I want. No. I don't care about someone paying for this or paying for that. Like, I don't want to pay for everything all the time, mind you, but like she just said, I want someone who's like emotionally supportive. I want someone who is gonna talk to me. I want someone who's gonna, those are like far more important to me than those other material things, because you're right, I've like made my own way as a woman for this long.
Absolutely.
So like, this is really what I want. So I don't, probably shouldn't announce this. My best friend will kill me because she's very much about the guy paying, which is fine, that's fine too, but I'm like, I don't really, that's not like a red flag to me, unless you're paying his rent or something. That is a red flag. But
exactly.
But I mean, like 50-50, I don't even care about that stuff, because
you know, TLC said it best. We don't want no scrubs.
That's right. Okay, so that's basically it. But especially, like, I don't want to speak for other parts of Canada. I can only speak for Fort McMurray. And I have said this again. I will say this. I will reiterate it. I will never say the company that I work for, but I do have a really good job. I work for a really good company. So that's another reason to like just living up here and having that job, that it just like isn't important to me about who's paying for what or who's not paying for what, because
you support yourself, you're independent.
Yes. And a lot of the time the jobs up here with women and men, just because we're in Fort McMurray, it's very like even Steven, like the wages that they make and stuff like that too. So it's like, but if I lived maybe somewhere else, I don't know, might be different. There might be the wage.
It might be.
I don't know. But I just know from my experience, what you're saying, I support that.
Yeah, we could be in 2026 in Fort McMurray.
Yeah, and everybody else, they're the ones behind.
We could be single.
We could be
happy.
That's right.
But you know, there's things that I think that would need to. I mean, oh my gosh, I don't know how many times being younger and being in my 20s and hearing my friends try to have these relationships, and they're like, well, he said that we were going to hang out, and then we didn't, and then like we spent the night together, and then the next day we're supposed to hang out, and then he went home, and then he didn't text me back, and all of these things. And I'm like, if a man is into you, he'll be into you, he'll chase you, and just
like, no, girl, this isn't for you.
Like, why would you want to spend your time chasing someone forever?
Well, I shouldn't say that. I have been down that beaten road before. I'm not going to sit here and be like,
I have to.
I haven't done that. Who are these girls?
I didn't always know better.
I was like, I shouldn't say that, but like, yeah, another thing, I'm just like, okay. But that's come with experience. Like,
but like, someone interested will pursue you.
But even sometimes I dated people too that, like, they were my boyfriend. So we were in a committed relationship, like people knew, and they still didn't do that. And now I'm looking back, like, what were you doing, Kyla? But they were like, it wasn't even like just a casual thing. It was like, this is my boyfriend. Like, we are in a
No,
relationship.
you should never be a chore to spend time with or to do things for.
And
Like
you know
they
what?
should, there should be a partner.
There was a lot of reasons that me and my last boyfriend broke up. But like one of them, I think the straw that broke the camel's back actually was that, because it was like that's how I felt. I was like, this seems like you're doing this because you have to, not
Yeah.
because you want to. Like,
And even when you spend a lot of time with each other, right? Um, we're human beings. We are flux people. We're complicated. Like we grow, we learn, we understand new things all the time. So like why should you ever be bored with someone that you've spent all this time with?
yeah, exactly. And we were doing long distance. He lived in Penticton. It's like you should be excited that I'm here. We have so much to catch up on.
Do you think he watches? Do you think he watches this?
Are
you watching?
I don't want to say too much because
Mystery man.
you can judge me as much as you want, podcast followers, but I don't know. One time, there was a very strange experience, and I don't want to call anybody out, but he's dating a girl who was not involved in our lives when we were together. So she came way after. So there's no in and out. Like, I don't know her. She doesn't know me. There's nothing. Anyway, one day I was checking my Instagram and she liked one of my pictures and it was really weird.
You know what's very funny? Was it an older photo? Was she? Do you think she scrolled and accidentally hit like?
That's what my sister said, and people are like, "Why are you focusing on this?" I'm like, "I'm not. I just like because I screenshot because I'm really naive too, Shay. So I screenshotted and I sent it to my sister, and I was like, "Is this normal?
Mean?
Yeah, like what is this?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "I don't." She's like basically first like, "What is this? Like, what are you screenshot?" Like, that is Richard's ex-girlfriend. And I just said his name, but I did. But she was like, "Oh yeah, Kyla, that's weird." And so I try not to hyper focus on it because I'm an overthinker, but at the same time, I'm like, this does not seem normal to me. So I hope that he does not watch for that reason.
That's okay. One of my exes while we were dating, had accidentally tagged himself in his ex-girlfriend's photo on Facebook. Because he was just I don't know if it's so easy to do nowadays, but like 10 years ago you would just if you
Right.
could accidentally
Right.
tag yourself by
Yes.
misclicking.
Yes.
So he just accidentally tagged himself in his ex-girlfriend's profile photo, and I wasn't even mad. He's creeping. We all creep. Like that's what it's there for. Come on.
You know what? You're making me feel better, actually, because you're right. She probably was just scrolling, but it was just at the time I was like,
You're like, what is it?
why are you scrolling me? Because
It's just I thought it was so funny. I couldn't even be mad because I thought it was hilarious. Like I just laughed at him.
And you're like, were you not like, why are you creeping your ex-girlfriend, bro?
I was like,
oh, but he told you, did he?
He's no, like, my actually my
he didn't even,
my best.
He probably didn't even know that he did it.
My best friend texted me and was like, "Is there a reason why he tagged himself in her photo?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, did he?" And then I saw it and I laughed so hard. And then I think she ended up messaging him and was like,
"What's going on here?"
Yeah,
bro?
like why'd you tag? And he's like, "Sorry," but I'm like, "That is so funny."
Did he admit? Like, was he mad? Did you bring it up to him?
Oh, I just laughed. Yeah, I was like, that's hilarious.
I was like, what is wrong with you?
But you know what? I just laughed at his dumb face.
You're right about the Facebook thing, because as someone who's super nosy, like sometimes there's not even any meaning to it. Like lots of ex-boyfriends or ex-flings. Yes, sometimes I go through Facebook. Oh, what's this? Like maybe midnight or something. Like I don't know. My days off, I might be bored. I'm not sure. And then their name was pop in my head, and I'm like, okay, let's just go see what this person is.
See.
Yeah. So you're right. It's very normal. People don't like to admit it, but it is so.
I think so. I'm like, no shame.
I even told you, I was like, after this, I think I'm going to creep Cameron on Facebook because that name sounds very familiar. Like, still thinking about that. Cameron Critch. Where did he work before where he works now?
I think he used to be an electrician on site.
Nope, still don't know.
That's okay.
Was he ever in any other bands? Sorry, I didn't take the focus off you, but I'm really thinking
he was.
What bands was
his oh my gosh, this is like a test now. All My Friends was one of his previous bands, and when he was like a child. So he's been playing in bands and playing shows since he was like 13, 12. So he was very young, and he would be like putting on shows. And his old one when he was in high school was called Nothing to Hide. and they were actually like huge in as far as like emo punk bands that were teenagers. But I'm sure you'll find.
You know what? I'm pretty sure probably like I probably don't know him, but if he's like very artsy and out there in that kind of scene, I'm probably sure that's what it is.
He's also open for bands as like a solo act too. So maybe I think he played at like a mental health benefit one time. He told me about that. He said it was kind of he plays very depressing music sometimes.
What a mental health event.
Well, I mean that's the best place to do it.
They're there to make people feel better.
He got like heckled. Someone's like, "Why is it so sad?" And he was like, "Why are you like?" He didn't say it like quite like this, but he's like, "Why are you like harassing me at a mental health event?" Like, like you know, kind of
good
like
for him.
He's like, "This is the face of depression. That's why." Obviously,
like, duh. Look at me.
I'm sad. That's why I'm here. No, I'm just. That's funny.
Raise awareness.
But I'm like, why would you go to a mental health benefit and then like heckle someone who's playing sad music on stage?
I know, but I'm thinking that too. Like, why do they do that? This isn't like open mic night. Like, this is someone putting on an actual show. I've never heard of that before.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, he was like, well, that was great. So,
well, you know what? A lot of firsts here I'm learning from you tonight. Writing letters, cutting hair. Okay, anyway, that
is so funny. So many things. So many things.
So as well, I did want to ask you a little bit about this because the reason I heard about you, I didn't mention was because I had Brittany on here.
Yes, Brittany.
So she mentioned to me that you did the art for the t-shirts.
I did.
But she said it was your idea. But you didn't even suggest yourself at first to do it.
No. So oh my gosh. I have so many things that I do, but at the heart of it, I always hesitate when it comes to investing and putting myself out there. And I think it just comes with, just needing to get more confidence and kind of support my own dreams and that sort of thing. And she had made some post and I, some people were being kind of weird about it because she was looking for an Indigenous artist. And then people were
that opened another group. Why were they? She didn't mention that. Why were they?
She didn't. Well, she was like, I'm looking for an Indigenous artist because, like, the project was Indigenous, of course. It was for the Truth and Reconciliation.
Yes.
And they're being kind of strange about it. And I was like, like, they were like, why specifically that? She's like, well, the project is Indigenous.
What?
And
pretty self-explanatory.
And, makes sense. And I commented on the post. I'm like, I would really hope that if she were doing any project for any other specific culture that, like that she would choose someone of that culture because representation is important.
Yes. Which I think, again, is pretty just personally myself, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but okay.
So yeah, representation is important. And
sorry to interrupt, but did she put it on the girl gang? That's where it was, wasn't it?
That's where it was. That's anonymous. I'm like, maybe we should cut that out. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we will not because I love them. But at the same time, some stuff that happens on there, this is weird. Anyway, a weird time. Yes,
very strange. So I said some things about like, well, these are the people I recommend, but representation matters. So I, if it were for other cultures, absolutely. It makes sense to me. And that's just how it should be.
Yes. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But she ended up, I don't know exactly how. Oh, I don't know how we connected on something. But we ended up. She was like, "Yeah, that was my post, and this is what I'm doing." And so I submitted some other another Indigenous artist, and then she was like, I'm just trying to find out. And then she knew I did art, and I kind of was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. I'll throw my hat in the ring, and I'll figure something out. And, and if it works, it works. If it's not going to work, that's okay, but I'll try because like, what else am I doing? Like, that sounds great.
Okay. Just bored. Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, sure. I was like, it's really important to me. And I'm like, I was like, I haven't done this before.
Yes.
So really, let's do it.
Yes.
Let's try it out. So I came up with this design. And it worked with her vision, and she was really happy about it. And I think I was able to express something about something so important to me
Yes.
in a way that felt honest.
Yes. So yeah, she said the shirts did quite well too.
Yes, she was really happy. She said it was like the best year because she said she does it every year.
Yes.
Which I'm like, oh, so awesome.
Yes.
That's so awesome. It's so important.
So did you post the T-shirt on the post in Girl Gang? It's more of a dramatic question.
No.
At the bottom.
I don't know. Like,
crafted by me, Indigenous artist Shailene.
But I'm like, I just think it's so funny when people nitpick that sort of thing, because it's like, well, like, why you gotta be like that? Like, spread your negativity elsewhere.
Oh, it's like whatever. I like if okay. I don't like to tell these stories like because I'm not big. I'm like, I've got a very small following. But there have been a couple people that have kind of like come out of the woodwork, and they've had things to say to me, like, believe it or not. And like, I've got like messages, like personal DMs on Facebook, like they've got stuff to say. And like one time I messaged my mom and I was like, what is going on here? Just because like my following is so small and I'm literally like just starting out and just trying to put my name out there. So it was like, I don't want to, like, again, I'm naive. I don't want to say I was confused, but I was kind of confused. Like, okay, I'm not even that big. Like, I barely have anybody watching this. I'm just starting out. Why is this person like doing this? And my mom was like, well, Kyla, like, you're gonna have to get used to it. Like, putting your stuff on social media. This is something that you're kind of gonna have to like not get tough skin about, but just like
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
And you know what? Like, someone watched the video. That means they were watching it.
Well, you got a new fan. And I'm like, well, yeah, you're right. It was just like, but I think I was just more shocked because I'm like, I don't know why this person is being so I'm not even that big. It's not even like I'm like Justin Timberlake or something. I'm literally this lone girl from Fort McMurray doing a podcast out of her apartment and doing TikTok live sometimes. And yet you still have like, what? Like, go waste it on someone else that wants, well, doesn't even want to hear, like, go to a celebrity. They're more used to this. I'm just like a small town girl who works just doing this as a hobby. So like, what is the deal here? Like, so yeah, people just like doing that. And I don't know if they're bored or just like their personalities. I don't know, but it's just like, it is what it is, I guess.
I think it's so funny. And especially online, people get so brave. I'm like, wouldn't you say that to someone's face? In front of them, really? I mean,
there's only ever been once, but I didn't, Shay. This person would not leave me alone. And it wasn't even about anything that I had done on my podcast. It was like a personal matter. And I literally wanted to say to them, okay, you know what? Come to my apartment, but not inside because I have a son, but let's go to my parking lot and we can talk about this. I didn't, but that was the only time I was super, super close to it. And then finally they like,
you were like, cash me outside. Yeah. About that.
And then finally I said at one point, I didn't block them because I'm not a big blocker, but I told them, I was like, I do not want to hear from you anymore. Do not message me. And then a month later, lo and behold, they're showing up in my DMs again. Like, I thought we just had this conversation. They go, I don't want to talk to you. No, sorry, that's a lie. I was very kind to them the third time because they weren't mean. They were just, I don't know what they were doing. But yeah, sometimes I think that too. Like, oh, you know what? Why don't we all just sit in a big circle and with a talking stick and we'll all like take our turns and then I'll see what you have to say. But also I'm guilty of also going on Girl Gang. Sorry, Mom. But I do go on there sometimes for entertainment. Like, oh, what do you got to say today? What?
This is stuff I see all the time. I'm like, is this real?
Oh,
is that for real?
I think that too. I'm like, is this real life? Is this actually happening right now?
The thing is, even when you post anonymously, doesn't like the admin people, don't they like know that it's you?
So I'm like, there's no secrets here.
No, it's not like.
There's no secrets. Have I posted anonymously on there? I think I have. Or maybe not, because I just have no shame. So maybe I should, but I don't, Shay. So I just like, literally, I am who I am. So either going to like it or you're not. But if you don't like it, I get terribly upset. But if you're going to like it.
I'm probably more likely, I'm the kind of person more likely to type it out and then be like, delete.
Man, I wish I could do that. Not like that at all. Like I type it out and then just send it. And then it doesn't even, it's not even an instant regret. It might even be 2 hours later, like, oh, darn it, why did I do that? It's like, well, it's done now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sometimes I even cringe myself out. Not even like posting publicly, but on like just social media, my own things, like my own TikTok, my own stuff. This is such a stupid story, but I was thinking about this story because my son was turning 12, and I was thinking about when I turned 12. And this is so embarrassing, but I'm going to tell you this story because it's hilarious and I can't hold it in. I have a bunch of embarrassing stories when I was 12. I mean, that's like the age, right? So I don't know if you remember, but there was a time where like Claire's and like Stitches and all the big places.
Oh my gosh, Stitches, right? Yes.
Okay. You could buy merch that was like Mrs. Timberlake.
Yes.
I Heart.
Yes.
Ashton.
It was so cool. Yes.
Right. And you can buy everything that was like Mrs. Kutcher, Mrs. Timberlake.
Yes.
Right. All the cringy, like those guys are kind of cringy now, but whatever. They were dreamy, and you're like, I am his wife.
This is gonna happen to me. Yes. Okay.
So what my friends had done is that they had purchased certain undergarments, because you could also buy merchandise with underwear.
Yes.
They purchased undergarments, and they actually had the boy that I had a crush on. See, this is how supportive and loving my friends were. They had the boy who I had a crush on. He knew I liked him. They had him sign it.
Like a celebrity. Okay, yeah.
And so it was like Mrs. Insert last name. And it was like in his crappy 12-year-old boy handwriting.
I actually like this story. I mean, I know it is really cringy, but you have no idea how much I love this story. Okay, yes.
And I was like, that's girl supporting girls.
Oh my gosh, I love this story. This is like epic. You need to like share this more.
I have so many silly stories about when I was younger, that embarrassing stuff. I'm like, I don't know how I would fall into all of these strange things happening, but
did it not wash off?
Girls. It was like permanent marker.
Oh my gosh. That is like genius. And that is girls supporting girls, yes.
Girls supporting girls. Okay. And I like treasured those things.
Maybe you didn't even wear them.
Treasured them.
Because you're probably like, this is the best thing ever, and I'm going to marry this guy. Like, not I love Ashton Kutcher. It was like, I love this guy.
This boy in my class.
You're 12, like grade 6. That's a prime time to think you're going to be getting married to him.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, it's so ridiculous. I'm like, I didn't even like date anyone at that time. I wasn't allowed to date. Very strict household.
My mom was very strict too. And you know what? My mom's really watching this too. Like, see, Carl, I told you I wasn't the only one. What? See, my kids thought that I was so hard on them. I was the only one that was like that.
I wasn't allowed to do anything. And then my sister went and got pregnant when she was like 16. So
was she youngest or oldest?
Older than me. So of course,
no way.
Yes,
so ruined it for you.
Exactly. So then even when I was like getting a little older, they were like, no, you still have to wait. I mean, I had like secret boyfriends, of course.
But they're like, no, not till you're 18.
They were very like
22.
I didn't even know a definite age. I'm like, I guess I'm never getting a boyfriend.
Like someone asked you out, like, no, sorry, I can't date. My mom and dad said no.
And I was so scared of boys. I was so scared of boys.
You know what? Yeah, whatever. It was like,
I'm like, I like you. Get away from me.
I don't know.
He's so cute. He's so dreamy. He can never know.
like Dear Diary.
I'm gonna marry him one day, and then he sits next to you, and you're like,
you can't even talk to him.
You're gross.
Yes.
I hate you.
Well, they always say play hard to get, so I think you have that down too, like a science. But also, you couldn't date him anyway. Like, you're really playing hard to get because you couldn't even date him because your parents were like, there'll be none of that.
It's not allowed.
Well, you know what? You turned out wonderfully because now look at you. So thanks, Mom and Dad. You really did her a favor. If you watch this, I don't know if you will. Sometimes people are like, I don't think my parents are going to watch this. And then
my dad might.
Their parents actually end up watching it and then commenting on it. It just makes me so happy in my heart. It's like, I don't think my parents are going to watch this. And I'm like, okay. And then their parents do. My mom is actually very supportive. She does watch everyone, and she
Very
always
good.
gives her review after. So,
I love that.
but I know that she's definitely like, see, God, I told you, I wasn't the only one that was like that. And you guys thought I was so hard on you because I wouldn't let you date her. No, but there were other parents out there like me.
There was
So,
a lot, you know.
but I lived in like this small town. I was born in Ontario, but I lived in PEI. So it was like this small town, and the kids used to run around like a bunch, sorry guys, but a bunch of wildebeests. And my mom was from Ontario, so she was like stricter just because she, I would say, like was more, I don't want to say worldly, but she had seen like a lot more things happen. So like nobody in town locked their doors except for us. Every night faithfully, she would check everyone, and everybody else just letting their doors like wide open, letting anybody in. My mom's like, not at our house.
No.
So, and then yeah, everybody else was dating everybody, and she was like, you will not be doing that. So we never did. So she was very strict too. She's probably gonna laugh if I bring this up. I don't know if you had this issue, but she never bought the good cereal. It was always a healthy cereal.
So funny.
Shredded wheats and Cheerios at our house, and then we'd sneak to my my Aunt Tracy's because she always had the good cereal.
I can't remember. Okay, I can't remember having having a lot of snacks in the house. I know when my grandma was around, she'd always have like special things for our lunches, but I don't remember there being like little snacks like that. Like it was like very much an ingredients household from what I remember. Like me and my sister would be like mixing up like hot chocolate powder and peanut butter together, and we're like, it kind of tastes like Reese's Pieces. Like,
yeah, that's sounding familiar. Yep.
So
no, it's okay. I feel like maybe
I had a strange
were
childhood.
the same because she very much. But you know what? I appreciate it now because a lot of the other kids, like, well, I don't know what your family was like, but mom, I will say this that I did appreciate. She was a stay-at-home mom, so she always like made sure that we had like a homemade meal every night. So I always enjoyed that part. Whereas the other kids, at the time, you didn't think it was so cool, but then when you got older and realized like that was quality family time together, that we were sitting together at the table, like eating dinner together, like that was like actually a really great thing. So yes, I do appreciate it now, but at the time, I was like, why are you doing this to me? My parents hate me.
Look at this beautiful meal they made.
I know.
It's garbage. Tastes like trash.
Did not learn that from you though, Mom, because I can barely make a meal for myself. Lots of DoorDash going on. I try.
Gosh. No, I was a like horrible picky eater. So there's definitely a lot of like I'm 9 and my parents are like spoon feeding me to like try to get me to eat.
Okay. We were pretty not like that. My son is, but I'm very accommodating to him. I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. But plus, my mom had 4. I only had 1, so it's like way different.
Yeah, I think with bigger households, it's funny because growing up, I remember going over to a friend's house to eat, and I was kind of just, eating as I do. And he's like, "You don't really have a big family, hey?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's just like my parents, my sister, and me." And he's like, "Yeah, I could tell by the way you eat." Because his household had a bunch of kids. And he said that he could tell because if you didn't eat fast enough,
you get seconds.
You wouldn't, yeah, that's it. You wouldn't get full from your meal because it'd be gone. like get it before it's gone.
And you're sitting there like leisurely enjoying, like, this is wonderful.
Exactly. And yeah.
Okay,
so
well,
that's funny.
Believe it or not, it's been an hour.
What did we even talk about?
Actually, that was good. I actually like that. I like sometimes too, like talking about the serious stuff and then like doing casually as well, just because it's like a little bit lighter. Because people like to hear about like the heavy stuff, but sometimes it's nice to talk about the casual stuff because then they can relate to it. Like, oh my goodness, when I was young, my mom didn't buy me the good cereal either. Sorry, Mom, as you can tell, I was very traumatized.
She just wanted Lucky Charms.
It was Captain Crunch, actually.
It's like the sharpest cereal.
Everybody always says that, but I went through this period in my adulthood that I was just like buying it all the time. Like, I'm an adult, I can do whatever I want. But in saying that, I actually, now that I'm older, I can appreciate it because sometimes I get cereal to like bring to work as my snack. Mm-hmm. So I'll buy like, Mom, you're right. I'll get like Cheerios, or like I will get the Raisin Bran. Like who is this person?
Oh, that's so funny.
But yes,
Oh
I
my
know
gosh.
someone did. I dated this guy once, and not the same one from before, but another one. And we were talking about his favorite was cinnamon toast crunch. And I said my favorite is Captain Crunch. He's like, why? That just cuts up the top of your mouth.
It tastes delicious. It does.
But it does. Once you get past
You have
that
to,
and
like,
really chew it,
soak it in the milk.
it's really good. So if anybody, don't let that deter you. Just do it. Okay, so it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy you came on. You were very
you.
wonderful.
Oh.
So, literally watch out for her because I think she'll be playing a bigger role in the community. She's been doing so much recently with the Indigenous community, but I really do hope that you branch out and can share your knowledge and your poems with other people too. It's so great.
You.
And I believe that you will because you're very confident. And like you said earlier, I think something about how you're well spoken, or was that in the podcast we were talking before? I don't know. I'll match this together. But anyway, whether she said it or not, it was said at one point, whether you heard it or not. But she is very well spoken and she does present herself well. So I do feel like you're going to do
Thank you.
very well. So thank you very much for being on.
Thank you.
So don't forget how wonderful and how amazing you are, and stay kind. And now we're going to go creep Cameron.
Okay.